Yeah, aloha. Wow, I am really enjoying that breath. All breathing, actually. I am really happy that I am learning to breathe finally in life. It's funny because years ago, when I was younger, I'm still young. Age is a state of mind, I think. But years ago, I recall actually realizing I was almost holding my breath. And I'd catch myself and go, oh my goodness, like how long was I in that hold and not actually getting the breath? And it's taken me decades to finally start breathing properly. And we take it for granted. Hang on, let me get comfy. I think we take it for granted breathing because we do it innately, obviously. We don't have to think to breathe, but do we? Because, like I said, I haven't been breathing. I haven't been breathing for a large part of my life fully, like really bringing the breath in. And now that I have been breathing, like consciously, mindfully, I've really noticed a difference. It's been a combination of breath, quiet time or meditation, grounding, and sun gazing. What else? Um, Also, just taking care of myself more by what I'm eating. Am I sleeping enough? I'm just going to bed pretty early these days because I realize how important it is to get that sleep because that's when we integrate, that's when we do get a lot of downloads, and it's also when we connect more with our higher self and the universe and also go on adventures, I've realized. So, this dimensional Earth plateau plane is not the only place that we go to. So, that is one of the aspects that I've been experiencing that's opened up that really causes me to see how much more there is to life, to this reality, to this simulation, to this hologram that we are living in. Something caught my eye behind me. I think it was a little bird flying off that way. Sometimes I see later in the videos the birds in the background. We have these little, oh, are they wattle birds? They might be wattle birds. They're little like sparrows, but they've got yellow, black, and white, and they travel around. I was going to say in packs, but I guess with birds it would be flocks. And they chitter and chatter and sing and play, and they're so beautiful. And I imagine they have such a wonderful, beautiful life. As long as there's enough food around, enough pollen, enough seeds, enough bugs. And I think, yeah, it's funny. I just had a mind blank. I think, and then it just cut off. I remember also years ago having this little thing that I thought, and it was, I think too much because my mind always had stuff going round and round and imagining and wanting to understand more and going over stuff and then going over life stuff and analyzing. And there was a point of time I went, I don't want to think so much. I want to just clear it all out. It's tiring going around, even though there was different avenues of thought. There was the going over the stuff that happened, like a whirlwind. There was anticipating and predicting or trying to stuff in the future. And then there was the just wanting to know more, the answers, and searching and wanting truth in our bigger picture. So much thought. I feel kind of, I don't know, a bit, what's the word? A bit subdued today, a little bit in a void, perhaps. Maybe it's not the best day to come in and talk. There is a lot, as we always have, a lot of stuff in our lives. And then you add the other multi-dimensional layers. I have found it as I am finding more on this trail of truth. It's a little hard actually being in, shall I say, the normal world when there's all this, what I would call, I guess, paranormal stuff going on as well. And I found it a little bit tricky to stand firmly on the ground in this reality when I am also in another version of reality on a different plane. And I wonder if anyone else has any experience and views on that, because I have been treading carefully and slowly, and also though because it's new and unknown and unexplainable, I've been really trying to listen and learn from other people and find answers that make sense, so I don't feel like a crazy lady. And I've found so many beautiful people on the internet who are going through the same thing or have already gone through. They might have a little bit more information and more confirmation for me. And I kind of hope in my working it out and talking about working it out, maybe that helps other people. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm here. And sometimes I wonder, why we all here. Like, what is the point of life? Why have anything? God, what a funny mood I'm in. I had a palm reading the other day by a beautiful friend, and she's just such a beautiful soul, but she's so on her path and so doing what she's meant to be here. And it's so interesting, like our hands tell so much. Like, how did she know that's when my life shifted? How did she know at that age I had my children and that happened, and looking ahead as well, and looking at the now, and things make sense, and it was all in my hand. And then it made me think of the saying, the world is in the palm of your hands. And I went, palmistry. So I wonder how many people, if they hear this, will rush out for a palm reading. Obviously, you definitely want to go to someone who is really good. Like, I guess some people can learn how to do things by a book, but I feel when people really excel and really do well, it's because they are connecting with their higher self and also their higher purpose. So I think my lovely, beautiful palmistry reader and friend, she is so doing what she's meant to do. And I feel like we all have that thing that we're meant to do. And we have our own gifts. And as I said in a previous video, I have worked out or played out, or I've come to the realization that we all have the same purpose here on earth in this reality experience, and that is to feel fully into our true, authentic, sovereign self. So that is the same purpose, the same mission that every single one of us has. The difference is that every single one of us is unique and different and authentic. So our purpose and our mission within that is unique. We are all doing it our own way. And so many sayings come back to me, and I see them differently, like all paths lead to Rome, except I substitute the word Rome with home. So all paths lead to home. So we're all finding our own way. It's all a different path. Some of us go up the mountain and down the valley. Some go through the desert. Some get lost in the forest. It's all different, but everyone goes back home in the end. And that's wonderful and beautiful. So that also means that there is no the way. There's no one path that everyone must follow in marching order. Left, right. Because we're meant to be going off on our own path so that we can learn from that. And as all of us are a part of source energy or the universe, I did have someone say to me recently, every time you say source, I think of tomato sauce. That's so funny. So let's say the universe. So each of us is an eye of the universe, and the universe has gazillions of eyes all over in different dimensions, in different galaxies, in different universes, in parallel universes. The universe is a multi-eyed, amazing, wonderful, miracle, magical energy being. And we are part of that, each of us. And I think we're really coming to the realization now. I find it hard now. Every time I see someone or interact with someone, I can't help but see myself. I can't help but see that we're connected. I can't help but feel that connection that we all have. And even going out in the day in nature, I can feel that connection with everything and everyone. And I kind of felt a bit sad for a moment because I feel like we've been missing that for a long time. We have been disconnected from the understanding that we're all connected, and we've had like a them and us and a separation, and we've created ourselves as enemies or allies depending on the scenario. And it's created a lot of wars, a lot of battles. There's been a lot of fighting and arguments because we've forgotten who we are and how we are all the same energy. But I do feel that changing. It's funny, there's a story I'd like to tell. It's like a personal one, but I don't feel like I'm in the right energy right now to do it because it's kind of funny, and I'm already laughing. Maybe it would cheer me up. Do I tell the story? I don't know. I could give it a go, and if it doesn't come across right, I can just cut it out. Okay. So I remember this time, so I was really tuning into the incoming messages from, as I realized, these are not my thoughts. Whose are they? And I'm still working out because it's different energy. It's a different feeling for different energies. So I feel like I'm in training, in learning, in class, which we all are really. And there was this moment, And I just kept getting this message to jump. And I'm like, what? When I have told this little story to a few friends, I do it with my hand puppets. So I'm going to bring out my hello hand. Hello, other hand. Okay, maybe this is cheering me up. Let's go for it. Okay, so I had this conversation and it was like the universe. And the universe said, as I realized, jump, just jump. And I said, but where? Where am I going to jump? Just jump, you'll be fine. Take that leap. I'm like, but I've been holding on for so long. I don't know if I can let go. My knuckles are white. You can do it. Just trust and jump. But I'm afraid. I don't know. I don't know what's in that unknown that I'm jumping into. I know where I am now. I'm familiar, even though it hurts. It's okay. Jump. You'll be fine. But I'm so afraid of jumping. Just jump. We'll catch you. Oh my goodness. I just don't know. The unknown, the dark is so scary because I can't see what's coming. You know what? Don't even worry about it. We won't even need to catch you. You'll fly. Ah! So, all that was actually in my head, back and forth. And then it's so funny, actually. So, there wasn't actually the puppets when it was going on, it was just internal. When I have told a couple of my friends, though, it was funny. I just brought out my hand puppets. And it's so funny, too. So I'm like, okay, I don't really know. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm not sure exactly how to jump. How do I jump? I'm not jumping off a cliff. I'm not jumping off a roof. How do I jump? And then it's funny, a friend of mine rang up or messaged. She messaged first and then I spoke with her later about she was going to jump out of a plane and she wanted to see if anyone wanted to come with her. And I was like, serious, universe? I didn't know you meant it so literally. Are you kidding me? Ha ha ha. And it was hilarious. I'm going, what, literally out of a plane? And you know what? I haven't. So I actually don't feel like it was literal. I think that was the universe having a joke with me. I don't actually have a real call to jump out of a plane. I think it's too late in the season now anyway. I'd have to wait. Listen to me. Ah! But it was so funny. I just went, oh, you're hilarious, universe. And you know what? The universe and our guides and our higher self, they are so freaking funny. They are so funny. And the way they reveal things, it just makes me laugh so much. And I think that is part of it because, you know, that feeling when you're laughing and it's light and you feel good, you can feel that your actual energy has raised. You can feel that rising and you can feel like you can do anything and life is beautiful and wonderful and magical. But you know, the serious energy, the oh, it's too hard and how are we going to do this? Like already you can feel that lowering just even talking about it. I want to get back up into the humor and the fun and the laughter and the lightness. And they are so funny. And I think that's why we do have a lot of emphasis on comedy and funniness in our world. Although I have watched comedies and comedians before, but when they're coming in that sort of humor that puts down or undermines other people or places or things, like, oh my goodness, sometimes everyone's laughing around me and I'm just sitting there because I'm like, I don't think it's funny. I think everyone's just laughing because they feel like they're meant to laugh, or, you know, in a comedy show, how they have that background laughter on, but the actual content is quite derogatory and coming in a negative sense, and I'm not feeling it and I can't laugh unless I feel it. This is interesting conversation. I feel like I'm a bit like this today, a little bit up and down. You know what I found is really important? To actually sit or lie down and feel your body and feel where you can feel something. Like at the moment, and I've had this a bit, especially this week, there's been a lot of this actually in my gut, in my solar plexus. It's a kind of uneasiness. Or, at times, have you ever had that feeling of impending doom? You feel like you've forgotten something or something's going to happen. And that, I think, is always in that gut feeling, which is the solar plexus. I really want to learn more about our chakras, about crystals, about tarot, divination, astrology, astronomy, which is very related, and about what else do I want to know about? Those are the main ones right now. I feel like that is the sort of teachings that in the time to come, I was going to say in the future, but then I still use the word time. And I'm moving away from that as I'm really realizing time is an illusion. And we will be shifting up our schools instead of this filling our children's heads full of all this information that a lot of the time they don't go on to use. And if I look back, I certainly use basic English, maths, and it's good to understand some of the science, although be open to the fact that science is always changing. It is in motion, and we need to kind of move with that and not get stuck on information because that's the way it was. But life is always in motion. Life is always changing, which is beautiful and wonderful because otherwise, can you imagine? Actually, I think we all can because I've talked about the Groundhog Week, just reliving the same reality. And often we can do that. We can just regurgitate the same reality and just keep replaying it because we are projecting from the inside out. But often we will be observing what our projection is and what a lot of the projections, the mass projections and programming in the world is. And then we bring it in through our information centers and we then choose and say, yes, that is the way things are. I see how things are. I'm going to now project that out into my reality and then I'm going to reconsume it and then I'm going to project it out. Is this maybe that snake eating its tail thing? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway. Sigh. Yeah, funny mood. Sorry. Isn't that funny too, how we can apologize to people for how we are? I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I just am. I just am. But I'm going to vamoose and get on with my day. And I'd just like to say, as per usual, wherever you are, I hope you're having a beautiful morning, arvo, evening. And I am always sending much love